So students, in this video of yours, I'm going to start a part of speech, that is prepositions. We will discuss about the uses of preposition, what preposition is actually what it is, and what are the uses of preposition in the classes that we had in your first years. We have also discussed about many uses. I have told you about the different uses of prepositions, type of preposition. So by going through the continuity, we will continue what we have discussed in the previous classes, and today we will discuss in an elaborate way some other uses of preposition where we have to use correctly. There is a by following the format of the correct uses of preposition, exactly where we have to use the preposition. So again, reminding you, we have to remember that there are three different types of preposition in English. That is, first, simple preposition, second is compound preposition, and third is phrasal preposition. In simple preposition, what are there you will find? Like simple preposition, you can give some few examples like in, on, at, from, till. So these are simple preposition. Then coming to next one, that is compound preposition. What are compound preposition? There are different kinds of compound there are different types of compound preposition, like above, about, across, before. Okay, these are termed as a compound preposition. Then coming to the third one, that is phrasal preposition. That is, for example, you can say by dint of, in favor of, or in spite of. So these are called a phrasal preposition. Next, in this coming to this three different type of preposition, now we will come about the uses of at, in, and on. Where do we use at, in, and on in case of time and date? Okay, so we will see the uses of at, in, and on in case of time and date. So we have to always remember that where we use at in this in the screen of in the monitor of my laptop, you can see that I have mentioned the different uses of at, in, and on in case of time and date. Okay, throughout the whole day, our whole day is divided into different sections, isn't it? At the morning hours, or we also call it as a dawn. Dawn means at the time when the sun used to rise up. Okay, that is called dawn. After that comes noon, then comes your evening, then comes your night, isn't it? So following the whole different section of the day, we have divided the time by calling it as noon or midnight or dawn or dusk or twilight, etc. So where we have to exactly use the exactly what preposition we have to use in order to differentiate those time. So in case of, you see, dusk means at the time of setting sun is called dusk. Dawn is at the time of rising sun is called dawn. Noon, okay, at 12 noon, that is midday. And at the day at the time of midday or midnight or at night, we will use the preposition at. It is not in mid-dusk. It will be a great error if we call it in dusk or in dawn or in noon or in midnight or in midday or in night. We usually call it as at dusk. When it comes to dusk, dawn, noon, or midnight, or midday, or night, we will use the preposition at. Okay, keep it in mind. Then coming to age, as I have told you, uses of at, in, or on in case of time and date. Your age is also a time, a date, isn't it? So if we mention your age in, suppose now all of you are maybe 16 or 17 years old. So like mentioning a particular age Okay, in that case also we are going to use the preposition at, like at 16, at 15, at 14, at 17, at 20. So for example, you can say, at 16th birthday of mine, my father gave me a pleasant surprise. That means mentioning that particular date and time, isn't it? In that case, for mentioning your age, okay, mentioning the age, you are going to use the preposition at. Next, for mentioning certain time, okay, suppose you take your evening snacks or evening tea at 6. Okay, by mentioning that particular time, we have a particular routine throughout the day, isn't it? We used to have our breakfast like at 10. We used to have a cup of tea or snacks at 6. We used to dine at around 9. So we have a definite time period throughout the day. For mentioning that certain time, suppose at 6, at 5, we use the preposition at. Okay, next, as I already told you, that in order to mention the time period of dawn or dusk or noon or midnight, midday, night, we use the preposition at. In the same way, in order to mention the time of morning or afternoon or evening, we are not going to use the preposition at, but we are going to use the preposition in. So we don't usually say that at morning. It will be grammatically error. We used to say in morning, in afternoon, and in evening. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind while you put the preposition at or in or on in case of different time or date whenever you use for the fulfilling your preposition in a particular sentence. Now coming to the second uses of time, that is, we have to know what is the difference between on time, in time, and good time. Okay, sometimes when we take your test or something like that, when we take your exam or during the exam hall or at any time, we used to say that give your paper on time, or you have to submit your paper in time, please give it in time. Now you have to know what is the difference between the uses of on time and in time. At exam hall, when we are doing our invigilation duty, that we used to say give your paper in time, okay, give your paper on time. We used to make a declaration of such kind, isn't it? So now you have to know what is the difference between on time and in time, when you get confusion between these uses of these two words. So when we use the, what does actually on time and in time indicate, and what is the differentiation between these two, you have to know it. On time, that means on what is the when we say that you have to submit your copy on time, what does that mean? On time means at the arranged time, neither before or after. Okay, if I say that you have to submit your test copy on time, I have given you, suppose we are taking your test from 9 to 12. Okay, that means when does your exam will get over? That means at 12, and I am announcing at 11:55 that you have to submit your copy on time. That means exactly on 12 you have to submit your copy. That is what on time means. Neither you have to submit it before nor after. Okay, that means exactly on the mentioned time. On time indicates that. Then in time means not late. Okay, I will go to school in time. That means you're suppose, or I will go to college in time. Your when your college assembly starts, it usually starts at 8:45, isn't it? That means you have to come to college in time, or you have to go to college in time. That means exactly not late, so that you reach college at 8:40 or 8:35. That means so that you can easily go to the assembly hall and get ready for your for the whole day. That indicates that you are not late. Okay, your assembly starts at 8:45. That means you exactly reach college nearly 8:39 or 8:40 or 8:35. That indicate that you are not late, you reach college in time. Next, coming to in good time. What does in good time indicate? In good time means in a comfortable, in a comfortable margin. That means without any hurry or without any hesitation or without any late or without anything like that. In good time. Okay. For example, I can say that I arrived at the theater in a good time, not exactly in a comfortable position, that you are neither late nor that means you are not, you neither reach before or after nor late, means in a comfortable and proper time, in a comfortable with comfortable margin you have reached that place or where your destination is destined. Therefore we can say that I arrived at the market in good time. Okay, that is what in good time indicate. uh, we have seen and we have discussed about the uses of in and at in case of time and date, isn't it? Now we will see the uses of in and at in case of place. Okay, where do we use the preposition in and at regarding place? So you have to see that in, okay, where we will use the preposition in it generally refers to town, okay, cities, countries, that is in a wider sense we are going to use the preposition in, and at is used for villages, that is a comparatively smaller places. Okay, for example, you can say that in India, in Assam, in Europe, in Netherlands, in Egypt. Okay, in case of broader or wider sense, or you can say for a big towns, for a big cities, for a big countries, you are going to use the preposition in, and at is used in comparatively to indicate a smaller place. Okay, for that case you are going to use the preposition at. So as we're discussing about the different uses of in, at, within, on, in case of time and date, isn't it? Next point we are going to discuss about the different uses of in and within in case of time. So where we are going to use in and where we are going to use within in case of time. So see, in means at the end of the time, and within it actually it means that before the end of the time. Suppose if I say, for example, if I say that I will return in the end of the month. Okay, same sentence I'm using in case of within. If I say that I will return in the end of the month, and if I say that I will return within the month, so what, this sentence sounds similar, isn't it? But we have to know what is the different in the uses of the preposition in these two sentences, and what does this two sentence actually indicate. If we যদি আমি তাত ইউজ কৰোঁ যে he will return in the end of the month, or if I say that I will return in the end of the month, what does that sentence will indicate? আৰু যদি মই যদি তাত কওঁ যে I will return within the end of the month, তো সেই সেন্টেন্সটো তাত কি পাৰ্থক্য হ'ব পাৰে? What will be the two different meaning in that same kind of sentences? So মই যদি ইয়াত কওঁ in সদায় indicate কৰে, in means at the end of the time. Suppose মই ইয়াত যেহেতু ক'লো যে he will return in the end of the month. In the end of a month, in a month, how many days are there? There are 30 or 31 days are there in a month. So here, as I have told you that in means at the end of the time. That means as in a month there are 30 or 31 days. So that means the guy, he will return almost at the end of the time. That means he will return on the 30th day of the month. গোটেই সময়টোৰ শেষত তেওঁ ঘূৰি আহিব। ইনটো আচলতে হেতুৱে ইন্ডিকেট কৰে। ইন মিন্স এট দি এণ্ড অফ দ্যাট পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ টাইম, যিমানটো নিৰ্ধাৰিত সময় সেই সময়ৰ শেষত যদি ঘূৰি আহে হেতু হ'ব ইন। So that sentence, he will return in the end of the month, will indicate that boy will return on the 30th day of the month. That means গোটেই মাহটো শেষ কৰি পেলাই মাহটোৰ শেষত হি ঘূৰি আহিব। And if I say that if the boy will return within the month, okay, that means that as I told you that in a month we have 30 days. So within means that is before the end of the time, নিৰ্ধাৰিত সময়ৰ আগত। So তাৰ মানে কি বুজাব যে লৰাজনে যেহেতু এটা মাহত 30 দিন থাকে, ল'ৰাটোৱে হয়তো 15 দিনৰ পাছতো ঘূৰি আহিব পাৰে, 18 দিনৰ পাছতো ঘূৰি আহিব পাৰে, বা 20 দিনৰ পাছতো হয়তো ল'ৰাজনে সেই জেগাৰ পৰা বা তেওঁ য'লৈ গৈছে তাৰ পৰা ঘূৰি আহিব। That means before the end of the time, নিৰ্ধাৰিত সময় যিখিনি আছে 30 দিনৰ আমাৰ যেটো আমি মান্থ বুলি কৈছো, এমাহত যেটো 30 দিন থাকে, সেই 30 দিন নিৰ্ধাৰিত সময়ৰ যদি আগত ঘূৰি আহে হেতু বুজাব within. That means the boy will return within the month বুলি কলে বুজাব ল'ৰাজনে হয়তো 15 দিনৰ পাছতো ঘূৰি আহিব পাৰে, 10 দিনৰ পাছতো ঘূৰি আহিব পাৰে, হয়তো 20 দিনৰ পাছতো ঘূৰি আহিব পাৰে, মানে সময় শেষ হোৱাৰ আগতে তেওঁ সেই স্থানৰ পৰা ঘূৰি আহিব পাৰে. So that is the two difference between in and within in case of time. Next is the uses of by and with. Okay, where we are going to use the preposition by and where we are going to use the preposition with. So okay, by is used for the door of the action. That means by whom the action is performed. কাৰ জৰিয়তে কামটো হৈছে হেতু ইন্ডিকেট কৰিবলৈ আমি সদায় by use কৰিম। আৰু with is used to denote the instrument. That means with what the action is performed. Okay, to indicate that we are going to use the preposition with. Suppose I am giving an example. He struck the dog by a stick. Okay, he struck the he struck the dog with a stick. ল'ৰাজনে কুকুৰটোক কিহৰ লগত পিটিলে? সি ল'ৰাজনে কুকুৰটোক লাঠি এডাল লৈ পেলাই পিটিলে, আৰু লাঠিটো ইয়াত কিহৰ কাম দিছে, কি হিচাপে কাম কৰিছে? এটা ইনষ্ট্ৰুমেন্ট। One more example I am giving you. I write the exam with a pen. That means মই পৰীক্ষাটো কিহে লিখিছো? Pen. Here pen is acting as an instrument. So G2 with is actually denote the instrument. With what instrument you have performed the action or you are performing the action. G2 action instrument or লগত যদি আমি কামটো কৰা যায় হেতুত আমি সদায় with ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিব লাগিব, আৰু by টো কোড কৰিম যাৰ জৰিয়তে কামটো হৈছে। Okay, jar জৰিয়তে কামটো কৰা গ'ল। Okay, that in that case we are going to use the preposition by. Another example I am giving you if you are in doubt. For example, the hunter killed the bird. The hunter killed the bird with a, or you can say that the bird was killed by the hunter. Okay, who killed the bird? The hunter. By the hunter. The bird was killed by the hunter with a bow. That means the hunter killed the bird with what? With what instrument? With a bow. That means thenu ekhon loi pelai hunter to ekak marile, that is a bird. Then now you can I think make out the differentiation where we have to use by and with. By is by whom the door of that action is performed, and with is used to denote the instrument where the action is performed.